Alright, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy Dashy True Inferno. Now, before we get on with this week's Throwback Tunes, I got a special announcement for you guys. I will be live streaming again starting this Saturday. Yes, you heard me right. I will be live streaming again. The place to be is twitch.tv/true_inferno. And I will be live streaming the playoffs of MLB The Show 16, which will start this Saturday and continue over to Sunday. And then it will continue over to next Friday, assuming I make it to the World Series. I will do each series per day. The division rounds, they ain't conference championships, but the AL championship series, assuming we make it that far, and then of course the World Series if we make it that far. So yeah, there'll be 3 days. So it will start this Saturday at noon Eastern time, continue over to the next day, which will be Sunday. That will probably be noon as well. And then it will conclude next Friday, not this coming Friday, but next Friday. I don't have a time for that yet. And then the next day, which would be that Saturday, I will start live streaming Madden postseason edition, as we will be entering the postseason, and we will have the number 1 seed, meaning we'll have the first round bye. So we will have the divisional round on Saturday. And really, I may just do it all that Saturday. Because it's only be 3 games instead of, in comparison to the MLB, which would be like 4, 5, 6, 7 games, depending on if we win or if we lose or whatever. So I may just do all 3 games that Saturday. So for the next 2 weekends, I will be live streaming starting this Saturday, December the 31st, New Year's Eve at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, let's get on with today's video. So last week, if you saw, well, not last week, 2 weeks ago rather, episode 68, where I reviewed the Notorious B.I.G.'s album, Life After Death, somebody made a request by the name of Marquise Flores. I think this is his second time doing this, so shout out to Marquise for this one. And he wanted me to review Me Against the World by Tupac. So, yeah, there you go with that. So without wasting any time, let's get on with this. Now, before I get on this, I'd like to make a correction that I made going way back to episode 62 of my Throwback Tunes, when I said the only Tupac album I heard or own is what was it called? Until the End of Time, which was a double disc. That was the only Tupac album I heard and owned. That's not true. I actually forgot I actually owned and heard this album that I'm recording right here. That I'm reviewing, not recording, reviewing right here. So it's Me Against the World by Tupac, which is his 3rd studio album. Came out March the 14th, 1995 under Interscope, and this was before I'm not sure it was before Death Row brought him up, or they changed the name, or whatever the case may be. But either way, it was under Interscope, which was Dr. Dre's right there. Now, ironically, it was his impending prison sentences, troubles with the police, and Sakura being poor, which many believe might have contributed to Sakura's artistic reemergence on record, as his material is believed by Steve Huey of AllMusic to have become markedly more confessional, reflective, and soul-bearing. Me Against the World, which was released while Sakura was in prison, made an immediate impact on the charts, debuting at number 1 on the Billboard 200. This made Tupac the first artist to have an album debut at number 1 on Billboard 200 while serving time in prison. The album served as one of Sakura's most positively reviewed albums, with many calling it the magnum opus of his career, and is considered one of the greatest and most influential hip-hop albums of all time, and is won Best Album at the 1996 Soul Train Music Awards. Do those still exist? I don't think those exist, the Soul Train Music Awards. But moving on, let me give you all some background info before we get into these tracks. In 93, Tupac was already a success in the hip-hop/rap industry, with 2 gold certified singles that reached the top 20 on the pop charts, I Get Around and Keep Your Head Up, and a platinum selling sophomore album that would peak just inside the top 25 of the Billboard 200, which is called Strictly For My Niggas. However, Tupac had a series of incidents and charges of breaking the law. In the summer of 93, Sakura was charged for assaulting director Alan Hughes while filming Menace to Society. Sakura was later sentenced to 15 days in jail because of that. Later in October the same year, Sakura was charged with shooting 2 off-duty police officers in Atlanta, though the charges would eventually be dismissed. In November again of the same year, Tupac and 2 members of his entourage were charged with sexually assaulting a female fan, for which Tupac was the main person who was found guilty of sexual assault charges, including sodomy. He was sentenced to 1.5 to 4.5 years incarceration time, which was spent both in Clinton Correctional Facility and in Rikers Island. According to Tupac, the album was made to show the hip-hop/rap audience his respect for the art form. Lyrically, Tupac intentionally tried to make the album more personal and reflective than his previous efforts. So, yeah, there you go with that. Now, this album have 3 singles. We'll get more on those later. So let's get on with the tracks. Now, there are a grand total of 15 tracks, and one of them is a skit. So, unfortunately, I can only give you a top 3, and I cannot give you a top 5. And I would love to give you a top 5 for this one. I really would. I'm almost in tears that I can't do it. But I have to stick with the rules. I bent them too much already, because I said if it was 15 or more, I'll do a top 3. Originally, it was more than 15. But I said 15 or more, I'll do top 5. But under 15 is top 3. And this is under 15, so it's a top 3. So the first track, the reason why I can only do a top 3, not a top 5, is because of the first track, which is called Intro, which is a skit. The second track is called If I Die, number 2, Night, followed by Me Against the World featuring Dramatical. Then track number 4 is called So Many Tears. Now, a number of you should know that one. Followed by Temptation, which is another single, followed by Young Niggas with a Z. Track number 7 is called Heavy in the Game featuring Richie Rich. That name sounds familiar. I think I mentioned him in a previous episode somewhere back then. But anywho, track number 8 is called Lord Knows, followed by, you also know this one. If you don't know this one, you need to be slapped 9,000 times. Track number 9, Dear Mama. Come on now. Track number 10 is called It Ain't Easy, followed by Can You, the letter U. Get Away, followed by Old School. Track number 13 is called Fuck the World, followed by Death Around the Corner. And then the last track is called Outlaw, featuring, once again, Dramatical. So there's only 2 people that was featured in this album. So I just say that's pretty impressive. So with that out the way, let's get on with the 3 singles. The first single is called Dear Mama. And this one came out February 21st, 1995. It's the lead single for this album, obviously. And it's obviously a tribute to his mother, Afeni, if I said that name wrong, I'm sorry, Afeni Shakur. In the songs, Tupac details his childhood poverty and his mother's addiction to crack cocaine, but argues that he loved and deep respect for his mother take priority over bad memories. The song topped the Billboard Hot Rap Singles charts for 5 weeks and also peaked at number 9 on the Billboard Hot 100. The single, not the album, the single, obviously the album was successful, but the single was certified platinum on July 13, 1995. Dear Mama has been consistently ranked amongst the best of its genre, appearing on numerous greatest lists. In 2010, the song was added to the National Recording Registry and the Library of Congress, who deem it a work that is culturally, historically, or aesthetically important and or inform or reflect life in the United States. In a press release, the organization called the song, and I quote, a moving and eloquent homage to both the rapper's own mother and all mothers struggling to maintain a family in the face of addiction, poverty, and societal indifference. So yeah, this is a deep song without question. This is a very, very deep song. When I heard it, while reviewing it and listening to the track, when I heard it, I had to listen to the whole thing. I had to listen to the whole thing. So here are the charts. It was 37 in Australia, 81st in Germany, 31st in the Netherlands, 4th in New Zealand, 43rd in Sweden and Switzerland, 84th in the UK singles, this is weird, number 1 in the US Hot Dance Electronic Songs. If y'all can only see my face at that one. But moving on, number 9 on the US Billboard Hot 100, Number 3 on the US Billboard Hot R&B/Hip Hop Songs. Number 7 on the US Hot R&B/Hip Hop Airplay charts. 39th on the US Radio Songs. Number 1 on the Hot Rap Songs. And 16th on the Rhythmic charts. By the end of 1995, it was 51st on the US Billboard Hot 100, 27 on the Hot R&B/Hip Hop Songs. And like I said, it was platinum, selling over 1 million copies. And even in 1999, it was still in the charts. In the UK singles charts, it was 27. How crazy was that? So there you go with that. Now let's move on to the next single off of this album, which is called So Many Tears. And y'all should know this one as well. It's the second single off the album, came out June the 13th, 1995. It was 44th on the US Billboard Hot 100, 41st on the US Dance Music / Maxi Single Sales. Okay, whatever. 21st on the US Hot R&B/Hip Hop Singles and Tracks, and number 6 on the US Hot Rap Singles. So yeah, there you go with that. Now the third single, and I didn't even know this was a single, to be honest with you. It's called Temptations. And this one came out August 29th, 1995. And while rapping and solely performed by Tupac, Eric Summit and producer Easy Mo B are also featured in the song, primarily as background vocalists. The song uses the bass line from The Computer Love, and the theme focuses on relationship and infidelity issues. Debuting at number 68 on the US Billboard Hot 100, the song did fairly well in the United States. It was also well received by critics, with many writers commenting on its romantic tone. The song's music video, I did not know there was a music video for this, does not have any shots of Shakur since he was incarcerated at the time. Instead, the video features many celebrities such as Coolio, y'all remember Coolio? Ice-T, Warren G, Adina Howard, I never heard that one, and Kenya Moore. Wow, it's been a minute since I heard that one. Taking place in a hotel, the video opens and closes with Ice-T complaining about Coolio, who was a bellboy. The main plot of the video follows Coolio while he is working in the hotel. So yeah, there you go with that. Looking at the charts, it was 68th on the Billboard Hot 100, 35th on the Hot R&B/Hip Hop Songs, and 13th on the Hot Rap Songs. So that's that for all 3 singles. Now, with all that out the way, let me give you guys my favorite tracks from the bottom on up. And let's start from the bottom, obviously. And like I said, if it's like on the bottom of the list, that doesn't mean the song sucks or it was terrible or it was bad or anything like that. No, it's just that compared to the rest of the songs, this one was the worst. This one doesn't compare to the rest of the songs, even though it may still be, it's still good, but compared to the others, it don't measure up. So from the bottom on up, we got Can You Get Away, followed by Fuck the World, then Heavy in the Game, then Me Against the World, It Ain't Easy, then Outlaw, So Many Tears, Young Niggas, and Lord Knows. Alright, so, and like I said, I wanted to do a top 5, but I couldn't. I gotta follow the rules, and I can only give you a top 3. Because these are clearly the 5 best tracks off the whole album. And to me, these 5 tracks made this whole album. So, the 5th best song up here is Old School, followed by Dear Mama. And I really, really want to get in depth with Dear Mama, because that joint, y'all know how I am when it comes to the mellow out joints, with the deep joints. There's some that could be more mellow out than this, but this is up there. So you know how I feel about this one. So, let me give y'all my top 3. Number 3, If I Die Tonight. That joint is out cold, that beat, man. The lyricism on that one was dope, man. If I Die Tonight, I really like that one, man. Number 2 is Temptations. That was dope as hell, man. It was smooth, just like If I Die Tonight, man. Really like both those tracks, man. I really like both those tracks. But number 1, without question, is Death Around the Corner. After that little skit with the kid and the mom, why you by the window? What's wrong, daddy? I I know what's wrong with that crazy motherfucker. He just stand by the goddamn window with his fucking AK all day. You don't work, you don't fuck, you don't eat, you don't do a goddamn thing. And then Tupac jumps in with, I see Depp around the corner. Man, I got so excited. I see Depp around the corner. Gotta stay high while I survive in the city when the skinny niggas die. If they bury me as a G nigga. No need to worry, I expect retaliation in a hurry. I see Depp around the corner. Dog, I was like, yo, he came in with that intensity, man. It was hot, man. And that beat was out cold, man. If you have not heard this song, you need to hear it, man. Death Around the Corner, the best track off of Me Against the World, without question. Now, with that out the way, let me give y'all some professional reviews here. AllMusic gave it 5 out of 5 stars. Encyclopedia of Popular Music gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Entertainment Weekly gave it a B-. LA Times gave it 3.5 out of 4 stars. Q gave it 3 out of 5 stars. Man, okay, whatever. Rolling Stone gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars. But yet, the Rolling Stone album guy gave it 3 out of 5 stars. That's backwards. Normally, the Rolling Stone album guy would give albums a higher rating than just the Rolling Stone. But yeah, that's weird. Anywho, Select gave it 4 out of 5, as did The Source. And The Village Voice gave it a C+. So a bit of mixed reviews there, which is pretty unusual. But what do I think about this album? Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. It is better than All Eyes on Me, which I reviewed a few weeks back. That was episode 63, going back to November. I have not heard the rest of Tupac's albums, but when they say this is one of the greatest and most influential hip-hop albums / rap of all time, it's hard to disagree. It really is. I'm gonna have to give this one a 4.5 out of 5, because when you have songs like Old School, Dear Mama, If I Die Tonight, Temptations, and Death Around the Corner, like I said, those 5 make this whole album for me. Even though he have so many tears, which is good as well. Young Niggas was good, Lord Knows was good as well, but those 5 makes this whole album for me, and it was good enough to carry it that high. So yes, 4.5 out of 5 stars. I will recommend, as my phone went off, I would recommend that you go out and get a physical copy of this album. Now, in my case, I think I downloaded this album. That's the only way I heard it. I believe I downloaded it. I don't think I have a physical copy. If I do, I'll be surprised. But yeah, 4.5 out of 5 stars. And yeah, get a physical copy of this one. So, with that out the way, what am I going to review next week? Well, remember 2 weeks ago, my fault. When I would my fault, I'm sorry. I'm lost. Last week, I reviewed The Blueprint by Jay-Z, which was the result of a voting that involved him and Nas. And I said whichever artist won, then their proteges, or their them label mates rather, will be next up for debate. So if Nas would have won, we talking The Firm. If Jay-Z would have won, we talking Rockefeller. So here's what we're going to do. So your 4 choices are: A Meal With All Money Is Legal. A-M-I-L, meal. Yeah, that's kind of funny. So A Meal With All Money Is Legal. Memphis Bleak with Made, M-A-D-E in abbreviations. The Diplomats with Diplomatic Immunity, and Beanie Sigel with The Reason. So let me read those 4 choices again. A Meal With All Money Is Legal, Memphis Bleak with Made, The Diplomats with Diplomatic Immunity, and Beanie Sigel with The Reason. So those are your 4 choices. Vote now. You can obviously vote on Facebook or Twitter. The link to the Twitter voting is in the description. And there you go with that, man. Y'all know who this is. This is the new Jay Gatsby, aka the new Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Oh!